In 1949, Joseph Campbell published The Hero with 1,000 Faces. It details an overarching theme which makes up the structure of thousands of stories over thousands of years. Many modern tales have adopted the monomyth style, creating instant classics. Stories like Harry Potter and Star Wars track seamlessly along the steps of the hero's journey. But the glaring truth is that for all of the tales of heroes going on journeys, not every story works that way. For one thing, many criticize the lack of female leads going on this journey. In 1983, Maureen Murdoch, a student of Joseph Campbell, presented her own theory of the heroine's journey to Campbell. As the story goes, he responded, "Women don't need to make the journey. In the whole mythological journey, the woman is there. All she has to do is realize that she's the place that people are trying to get to." So all she has to do is realize it, huh? Well, is there a pattern for that? Yes, there is. And it's not about flipping genders, making women more masculine, or undergoing some sort of temporary abandonment of femininity in order to be able to get stuff done. No, it's an against all odds triumph of patience and endurance. It's a self-possessed extraction of will and worth. And it's a harmoniously interlocking complement to the hero's journey. Step 1 of the Maiden's method is abandoned to subpar care. The Maiden is made to be raised in an environment that is less than ideal. This is because of voluntary abandonment or by involuntary death, usually on the part of the mother. Aurora's parents give her over to the fairies. Cinderella's parents die and she is left in the abusive hands of her stepmother and stepsisters. Whatever the reason, the Maiden starts her story in strife. A feminine threat rears its head. There are 3 dominant forms in which this step can manifest itself. 1, there is an actual female which is threatening our Maiden. 2, the feminine threat for the Maiden is the Maiden herself. 3, something like nature, a feminine force, or even femininity itself, is challenging the Maiden. In step 3, the Maiden is hidden away. Maybe she's been captured. Maybe she's hiding for her own protection. Or maybe she's just been cut off from the world. This is the point in the Maiden's method at which she is made to believe a truth that is warped in some way. She may be living a lie, or it may be a perpetuated lie about the outside world which she has never seen. In step 4, the Maiden creates manufactured companions. As far as Disney tropes go, this is her animal guide. It's Raja, it's Pascal, it's the woodland creatures. And it's important to note that she is always projecting her own anima on the animals. In the case of Anne Shirley from Anne of Green Gables, it's her imaginary window friend Katie. And as Anne points out, Katie is her only possibility of escape to the outside world, even if it's only in her mind. Step 4 seeps into step 5, Woman, Know Thyself. At this point, the Maiden starts to believe the truth of what she's always been. Cinderella stands up for herself, Moana reconciles her past with her future, and Gracie Hart embraces girl talk. The real problem arises at stage 6, being made to sit and wait. Even with all the hard work she put into being able to go to the ball, Cinderella still is made to sit at home with a tattered dress. Even though she's cracked the case, Gracie Hart has to continue the pageant without the help of the FBI. Even when she is ready to assume her responsibilities, Mia Thermopolis' car breaks down. In step 7, the feminine threat rears more severely. Maleficent turns into the dragon. Lady Tremaine locks Cinderella in her room, and Miss Minchin calls the police. Often simultaneously, help is on its way. And it cannot be overstated at this stage that the Maiden can only meet with her allies if she has come as far as she possibly can on her own. She has to be ready to receive the help. Cinderella was the one who showed up with the second glass slipper. Sarah Crewe was already escaping when her father regained his memory. It's Leia who takes out Jabba and makes it possible for her to get to the others so that everyone can escape in safety. Step number 9. The feminine threat is neutralized. Gracie Hart has made it into the top 5 on her own and has arrested Miss Morningside. Eric drives the boat into the belly of the Sea Witch. The 10th and final step, freed to create a happily ever after. Even though it's the most controversial part of any classic tale, this final step is the whole point. Yes, sometimes the maiden goes off to make babies, but the point is that she makes something new. Moana and Mia set off to become rulers. Ariel and Jasmine get to be part of whole new worlds. The maiden is the elixir that the hero returns with. Now, don't misunderstand me. I'm not just saying that she's some kind of trophy princess for the hero. Instead, consider why the hero goes on his journey. He needs something, and usually that's a very specific something. And that something is so awesome that it has a glowing reputation which precedes it. Tales of beauty, tales of power, tales of value. This cannot be shown more clearly than to turn to the illustrious hero's journey of Harry Potter. In the first book, Harry is searching for the Sorcerer's Stone. A mythological alchemical component, the Philosopher's Stone is rumored to have the ability to turn lead into gold and even provide the elixir of eternal life. These properties are not unique to the stone's application in the Harry Potter series. Rather, the mystery of the Philosopher's Stone, like that of the Holy Grail, has been readapted to many different stories in many different forms. In alchemy, the creation of a Philosopher's Stone would be considered one's highest achievement, one's magnum opus. Traditionally, it requires a process of 4 distinct stages, commonly defined by 4 different colors. In order to create one, a Philosopher's Stone must undergo a blackening, a whitening, a yellowing, and a reddening. The Maiden's method details the process by which a heroine may become the ever-sought-after Philosopher's Stone. The first 3 stages are the blackening of her existence, often occurring before the story even starts. This is the first step for the maiden to discover her true worth and ability. In the whitening stage, the maiden undergoes a sort of purification. She rises above adversity, she removes herself from the darkness, and distills everything within her that is not worth preserving. In the yellowing stage, the maiden reconciles herself with her own value and worth. At the reddening stage, her transformation is complete. And this is the point in her story at which she gets to facilitate the accomplishments of the hero. The last 2 steps of the Maiden's method make up the completed stone stage. The hero has found what he was seeking, the maiden is everything he needs and more. And only once she has undergone all 4 stages and gained all the properties necessary to create and sustain life itself, she has also gained the ability to give value and worth to something or someone else. Every great journey requires a good goal. The woman is the treasure. All she has to do is realize it. Hi everybody, thank you for watching. So, guess what? I'm not a mythologist. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not even a literary expert. I am just a highly analytical lover of stories. And this is an original theory, and it's one that I developed with my equally analytical husband. And we have been continually astounded at the universal tendency of this structure. So please challenge me on it. And what I'd like you to do is subscribe and keep watching, like, share, do whatever. And please comment and let me know which stories you feel fit the Maiden's method or which don't, maybe. So as we go through, I want to test this method and see really just how much water it holds. So take that journey with me and stay tuned to this channel. Please subscribe. We will be releasing more videos that are going to be more individually detailing each of the stories that I've already teased, as well as many, many, many more.